Hello, everybody. It's Cy with Unravel and Unwind for another edition of Plan With Me. Today, I thought I would show you two little things. One of them is really, really quick, and I'm kind of glad that I finally got around to making one of these things. Um, it is, you'll recognize this as one of my little watercolor um, offcuts from last time we did this. Um, but I just saw a good idea to make a spacing guide. That's what that says, in case you can't read my chicken scratch. And basically, every time I go to use my dot grid paper and I need to divide it down, I have to remember to count all the spaces and figure out how to best space things out. And now that I'm using pretty much the same paper all the time, what I thought I would do is just number the lines and columns on a typical piece of paper, taking into account the punched holes, because obviously the first two columns of this paper are useless because of the punched holes. So what I did exactly that, and I find that I've got 23 useful columns and I have 41 useful rows. So I'm going to keep that in my diary as a spacing guide for whenever I need to make a new layout, because it will help me to decide what fits where. So that's a quick one. I would highly advise that you do this yourself. I've seen other people who have made these spacing guides, and they tend to do little arrows and things about how to divide it into thirds and quarters and whatever else. But I find that that's kind of what the numbers are for, and if I just use maths after that, then I'm good to go. When you make yours, you might even want to be a little bit neater about it and maybe not go all the way to the edge here and maybe not go all the way to the bottom, to allow yourself to have that border that mimics the border here that's kind of enforced because of the punch. But, that's all up to you, obviously, artistic license and all that. But so I'm going to keep this. And that will always be there just to remind me that I've got 23 columns and 41 rows if I need that much. And if I don't, then obviously I don't. So that said, I've made a start on something that I actually do need to refer to from time to time. And this is not along the lines of everyday goal tracking or anything like that. This is actually, it may sound a bit silly to some, but it's a game I'm playing on my Nintendo Switch. But you know what? We track what we want to track, right? It doesn't mean it's necessarily world earth-shattering important, but neither is what I want to watch on TV or what I want to read. So it's all about organizing my leisure time. Now, this is all very small. I don't think you can see that too well, but basically, this is a guide to my Harvest Moon mine. So I've just written Harvest Moon mine guide down there, and a fun way to write is to mix up fonts and directions, which is what I did there. Just an easy thing. And then the mine in my game is divided into 100 levels, and they're grouped together in fives. So I knew that I needed 20 spaces, and I knew after I'd written all the names of all the elements and things I can dig up in the mine, I had just enough to fit here, and then I divided what I had left over so that I could use as wide a space as possible for my graphic. And in this case, I was able to use basically 1.5 squares per row. So that's what we're looking at here, is a basic grid. And I mean, this really is going to go more into data handling rather than art journal-y stuff, obviously, but I do like to put the emphasis on function. So we are going to go through this today, and I'll show you exactly how I do this. If you've got a game that you would like to track a little bit of, maybe it might be something you want to do. I don't know. If I was playing, for example, Animal Crossing, I would probably want to write down a couple of little short-term goals and things like that that I wanted to get done in it, just to keep on track in the game. And I may well do that for Harvest Moon as well. I haven't played for a few days. It's not a problem. But let's just get started with this. Now, off the camera, I've got some screenshots I took of the Wikipedia about the Harvest Moon mine. So I'm looking up now, for example, what levels in the mine I would be likely to find iron, and I'm going to color code this, but because my fountain pen is water-based and so is my marker, I just want to be a little bit more careful about where I put my marks here, because I've already written my lines sort of haphazardly down last night in front of the TV, so you wouldn't have to sit and watch me draw lines as well. So you're welcome. Now, according to my little list here, iron can be found on levels 1 through 10. So that's here and here. 26 through 35, which is here. 41 through 50, which is here. That's tricky. I wonder if that's on purpose. Alright, so that's where I can find my iron. And 61 through 70. This is going to be very useful because the people in my game world tend to ask me for various things, and sometimes I just need to remember how far down I need to go to get these things. So I'm just going to color the whole bar here like that. Cool, like that. And I'm just going to do the same for the next one down, which is fluorite, 1 through 15. So that is, well, let's start here. 1 through 15. And 61 through 70. Wow. It's just interesting to know, I just thought that as you dug down in the various levels of the mine that you would find more and more and more variety of things, but not the case. Apparently, we've got some dead spots here that I'm guessing will get filled in eventually. That's interesting because I really needed some fluorite and I was having a really hard time finding any. So now I know why I was looking in the wrong place. Okay, so the only reason that I'm color coding this super rainbow style-tastic is because I don't want to get lost, because the lines are quite close together and my eyes are kind of funny. So I know that I'm going to go through this sort of rainbow. I've got how many colors have I got? 6. I'm going to go through it almost 4 times fully. So I'm only doing it so that I can keep my eyes straight and choose the right data. So let's see, bronze we're on, that's 1 through 10. (26 through 40). Interesting. And 46 through 60. And 71 through 80. And that's actually the first one that's gone this far down. Wow. Okay, that's the bronze done. I'll just put my used pens up here for now. Silver. Silver's code color will be green. That makes plenty of sense. 6 through 40. So that's all the way to here. And I'm just crossing over my little fountain pen lines, and I'm finding actually that it's not smudging. That's good news. It means this might take a little bit less time than originally thought. 6 through 40, 46 through 60. So that is this one through to this one. There we go. And 71 through 80, which is here. Lovely. Next up on our lovely list is gold, and that is 6 through 10. And 16 through 30. Oh, hold on. Forgot to color the code in there. 6 through 10. 16 through 35. 46 through 50. 61 through 80. And 91 through 100. Okay. Now, I'm not going to bore you with the rest of it. I will probably just, I will post the finished one in the comments section of the video. But this is, I'm starting to save paper now. So I don't know if you noticed that the holes are a little bit shiny, but this is the other side of my TV tracker. And well, let's have a little look at this, shall we? I have actually finished watching Dark. So let's color that baby in. Ooh. Now that ran, that's interesting. Let me get an old scratch paper here so I can decontaminate my pen. That's interesting. Okay, so that was Dark. I have finished. We are now on season 5 of Night Court. I'm done at the moment with Mrs. Maisel as well. I'm really worried about what I wrote in that with. Yeah. Still working on these. Wrinkle in Time, I actually saw and I did like it, but yeah, not as amazing to me as the book was. I don't think it ever will be. I watched the Imagineers documentaries. I've seen The Cat from Outer Space. That was a fun movie, but it just crawled to me. I think I was more interested in it when I was a kid. Let's see, what else have I seen? I'm done with Grey's Anatomy season 14, and I am up to date on the latest Grey's Anatomy. So, wow, that's a lot going on. Just a little update on my little tracker here. And before I go, because I've still got quite a lot of work to do on this baby, which I will do later, I will just show you the tracker from last week, which is here, and just a little like things that I can show you that are specific, like updates, is that I just did a little bit of doodling there on the bottom, just a little Zentangle style doodling on the bottom, and I filled in the sort of middle bit with cloud bits, and of course I've started to use the tracker. I haven't been particularly creative with my style of filling in the little spaces, but I think it works pretty well. And I do like it, and I'm going to play with some different shapes, different themes, different patterns, because that might be fun. So, in another 2 weeks, maybe you'll be seeing another habit tracker from me. So, I guess that's all I've got for now. I will see you all next week with another plan with me from Unravel and Unwind. I've been Cy. Have a great week. And if you've been planning, I would love for you all to share some pictures of your layouts in the comments section under this Patreon post, or send us a link to wherever you do post those if you're watching this on YouTube. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you all next week. Bye!